What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live for yet another episode of the FML podcast. And boy, oh boy, was it an FML weekend for me. Just about everything that went wrong could have gone wrong on my trip to Los Angeles, which, like, you're rolling the dice when you're going to California as it is. But yeah, I had a rough travel time. Vera. But well, how about you? What'd you do this week? Anything fun? Gaming? That's all you do, right?
That's basically all I do. I've been rereading a lot of Tolkien's work, which has also been fun and consuming my time. But I just finished Deadpool on the PS3. Never played it before. It was actually really, really good. Lots of dick jokes and sex humor and big titty bitches. So
Deadpool on the PS3, huh? I didn't know
yeah,
there was a Deadpool game.
yep.
What kind of
And
game is it?
it's an action game. It came out in 2013, and then it had licensing problems because Activision lost the Marvel license, but then they re-released it as a remaster along in 2016 alongside the movie, but then it also got delisted. So now it's like tons of money, which sucks because it's a good game. But yeah, humor that, we don't see a lot in video games now, given everything is sanitized and really just garbage. So
That's true.
yeah.
Um, what? Hold on. What is this? Ned Steele says, Ryan, I would literally pay all your expenses, chauffeur you around, and take you back to the airport if I could have the privilege of watching your misery. Well, let's figure it out, Ned Steeler, because at least then I wouldn't have to pay for all that shit. And if I'm gonna go through it, I might as well go through it. A lot of people had the opportunity to see all this stuff happen in real time the other day. So I was in California. I flew in on Thursday and I was there Friday, Saturday, flew back out on Sunday. Was there for the Gina Carano Ronda Rousey fight, which if any of you tuned in, you know that was, a very quick event. Obviously kind of proud of Gina for getting back into the ring after 17 years, but her and everybody else would have loved to see a different outcome and a better fight. But sometimes that's not the way these things go, especially against Ronda Rousey in the ring. But shout out to Gina for doing all of that and getting back in the ring. But the entire circumstances surrounding the trip was just a fucking nightmare for me.
See, if you don't travel, you don't have to deal with things going wrong while traveling. Great excuse to not go outside.
Some of us have to leave our homes, Vera. Some of us have other commitments and responsibilities and things like that. Some of us have to. Maybe not you.
No.
You have the privilege of staying inside your home and never seeing the light. And honestly, maybe I should have watched out for the sun a little bit. My trip to California, I'm fucking sunburnt like a retard. Because I was not expecting to walk around for as long as I did down on the boardwalk. If I had known, I would have got some sunscreen, but here I fucking am. It's the last thing I needed is to be sunburned before I go on my next trip, which I fly out Friday morning for Japan.
That'll probably be more fun because you've been really looking forward to that trip. But yeah, I mean, the top floor of your 18-story fucking tower forehead is burnt. That sucks, but consequences of your own actions. Maybe if you wore sunscreen, that wouldn't have happened. I mean, your forehead's so much closer to the sun because your forehead's so fucking tall, so you'd think that you might actually like wear a hat, use sunscreen, but it is what it is.
If I had known I was going to be out that long, I absolutely would have, but I didn't know, so I didn't. That's the way it is. So now I gotta hope the aloe does its work. Look at the hair.
Damn, it goes from the white to the red to the white.
That's where the hair goes,
Brutal.
Like, yeah, it's pretty rough. My neck is bad. My arms are better today, but still, fuck my life. I told this story. I told the story on FNT, but I might as well retell it. Everything that you could think of that you could say, maybe that went wrong, maybe that went wrong, with the exception of the plane exploding either in the runway or in the air or something, all of it went wrong. From my suitcase breaking So I couldn't like roll it around. I had to carry it with me like a fucking loser, like an idiot, like a poor person or like some boomer from the fucking 60s. I had to carry my suitcase around because the handle didn't work. That sucked. I didn't get to eat what I wanted because the restaurant had a fucking issue, even though I'd waited in line 20 minutes, had to go wait in line another 20 minutes for a dog shit turkey sandwich grab and go. Some fucking stupid kid vomited on the plane 45 minutes into my 5-hour plane ride. So it smelled like fucking puke. Um, what else happened when I got there? Then I had to go wait for I wasn't able to actually get into the rental car because even though I was listed as a driver, I wasn't the one that made the booking. So I had to sit there in the fucking LAX budget economy parking lot and wait about an hour in the cold in my shorts and t-shirt for everybody else to show up. While I was there, I thought I was going to see a lot of things in that parking lot there. I thought I might see crack whores. I thought I might see homeless people, a lot of shit. Now, I didn't think I'd see a coyote in like a square mile of cement and concrete, but there was
Yeah, I feel like that's
fucking
just so
coyote,
random.
the fucking coyote that ran right by me. And apparently it's common there because people get bit by them. It was just, and then the Airbnb situation, finally think we're going to sleep, finally think I'm going to my Airbnb. We pull up to the Airbnb, not in a great neighborhood. And some people that we were with were too fucking scared. We're too big of pussies because of the clientele surrounding the Airbnb. And by that, I mean, there was one black person on the sidewalk. I'm not joking. That was the deterrence in which we determined we were not going to be staying at that Airbnb and instead go back, drive 30 minutes across Los Angeles back to where we came before to find hotels, of which it was tough to find hotels because of the fight, because of all these things. And I did not get into my fucking bed, crawl into my bed in the hotel, pissed off, bitching and moaning until 4 in the fucking morning.
That's tough, bud.
It was. It sucked.
Hey, again, you don't go anywhere. You don't have to worry about shit like that happening. I'm surprised you saw a black person on a trip. Surprised you didn't get fucking arrested for assault and battery. Surprised you didn't beat him up.
Well, clearly I have more tolerance for the blacks than some of my other like travel companions. I saw a black guy out there smoking a cigarette. I'm like, whatever, seems chill. Maybe I'll ask him to bum a heater. Well, whatever, who cares? I just wanted to go in and go to sleep. Oh, this place isn't. This place looks a little too scary here. Come on.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was planned pretty short notice, right? So
fairly short notice. Also, look, when you go, I'm not gonna lie, when you go anywhere with Jeremy, like there are chances that plans are just gonna change on a fucking whim. That is just a reality that everyone needs to accept when you go on any sort of trip with Jeremy. You never know when it can change. So
damn.
But now I'm back and I've got less than 96-hour turnaround until I'm
Yeah, you have a couple days. You're good. That's enough time.
I might
Surely.
never come back, dude. I might never come back once I get into Japan. I think I might be spoiled in Japan. I think it might be clean. I think it might be no nonsense. I think people aren't just gonna like talk to me. I think Japan might be really good. And unfortunately, it's gonna like spoil me to the realities of living here in America. So maybe I just won't come back. I don't know.
One-way ticket. That's all you need.
Maybe they'll let me stay. I don't know. I don't want to anime push down my throat though. That's the thing.
Yeah, then you have to deal with absolutely fat as fuck normies who go there and think that it's gonna be like in the fucking anime. So
That's
yeah,
true.
stuff.
Well, whenever I'm feeling down, you know what helps, Vera?
Alcohol.
It numbs the pain. It does great things. So luckily, drink a couple times right off the bat on this stream. Neanderthal 2020 for 50. I enjoyed 2 miserable bucks. I might need therapy. Everyone seems to enjoy my pain.
Yeah, I don't know, with the way you're fucking yapping, you might as well pay me for a fucking therapy session.
Me?
Yeah, you.
This is your job to sit here with me for 2 hours. I get 2 hours every fucking week.
It's my job to listen to the fucking people. You're not part of the people, Buster.
Buster, how
Yeah,
fucking
Buster.
old are you? Jesus.
Old. Oh, look what I found. Sheesh.
What?
I found my fucking copy.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Speaking of old.
You know, somebody gave me the idea because I really wanted to stream Pokemon Red before or Pokemon Fire Red before.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I'm gonna have the time. However, maybe I should. I might bring it.
24-hour Pokemon stream.
I don't have time for that before I go.
Shut up.
I don't, but
You do.
maybe I could play it on the plane.
It's true.
14
it's a long fucking
hours.
plane ride, yeah.
14 hours is a lot, and here's the thing. I would feel like the biggest queer in the fucking world bringing a Switch onto a plane.
You don't feel that way every day?
What?
What?
What'd you say?
You don't feel that way every day?
I don't. I do everything I can to avoid a feeling like that.
Not with that hairstyle. Yep.
But it might be worth it to pass the time on a 14-hour flight. So
That's
here you go.
true.
Thank you, Neanderthal.
I already took the shot, but thank you. Ryan's especially happy because he's depressed as fuck. And angry as fuck.
Weekend.
Yeah.
I just had a rough weekend.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
next week's gonna be even worse.
I think that the plane ride is going to be worse, but I'm convinced that the trip. But I don't think I'm going to be fucking accosted by coyotes in the Japan parking lot. I think there will be some things that will go better. However, knowing my luck, I'll probably get stopped at fucking customs. I'll probably miss my train to Osaka. Probably a bunch of shit will happen to me.
Plus,
You're right.
people are gonna just view you as like a filthy fucking foreigner. So, like, that's also a problem. But I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think they'll like me. Speaking of foreigners and speaking of Asians, Jim Watari for $50 says
Woo.
drink. I got to meet Jim. He was there at Universal City Walk Hollywood for the little get together we did over there, which was very fun. So big shout out to Jim Watari. Finally got to meet him in real life. So
Nice.
That's always cool. I think Neanderthal is going to Japan.
Oh.
So I'll see
Shit,
Neanderthal
cool.
soon. Vera would know if she ever got out of her house. So
I'll
thank
go
you, Jim.
somewhere eventually. But honestly, probably not outside of the United States. I don't think I want to leave the US.
That's been my policy for a long time. Look at Vera drinking out of the bottle. We have corrupted her.
Yeah.
Don't want to dirty a glass, right?
I'd be fine with dirty in the glass.
But you're not.
Nope, I'm not. Because we have
What?
18,000 fucking shots to do tonight, so you know what? I'm too lazy now.
Hey,
Generally, if it's like, oh, one every 15 minutes or one every 20 minutes, okay, whatever. But I don't have fucking time for this.
you don't got time for
We're
that
gonna have
shit.
to talk about fucking mango and grok. Who cares? We gotta talk about fucking Tweedledee moving up the fucking chain at Marvel. Stupid ass works on fucking She-Hulks, right? Like, these people are trash. But I won't
are
go into that
trash.
rant yet.
They are trash. Nandy-O for $50.
Oh, thanks. Wow, great.
Vera's like, oh man, these are
Woo.
fucking boom, boom, boom.
Great.
See, when Vera runs the stream, she spaces them out. When it's me, it's like,
No,
whoa.
usually I'll read them, but sometimes I'll take a couple of minutes because sometimes it just burns the back of your fucking throat. And it's like, well, I mean, I can wait 5 minutes, but yeah.
Some of us can't. Some of us.
You want to get drunk as quickly as fucking possible.
That is the goal. How is the plane ride back? Why don't I take a drink and tell you a story? Hold on.
That's all it's going to be over the next couple of FMLs is stories and stories about your trips and your fucking problems and your bitching and moaning and groaning and whining and complaining.
You know, that's originally why we started this stream. You know that, right?
That is true.
It's actually going to be
but-
OG FML content.
OG, it's been 39 weeks. Hasn't even been going on that long.
It's a full pregnancy. What are you talking about?
I guess that's true.
That'd be
But
long. You're
yeah.
carrying some motherfucker in your belly. That's would feel like a fucking long time. It's felt like a long time for me that we've been doing this stream. It seems like every 2 days this thing's fucking back and rolling again.
Yeah, the past couple weeks has been crazy.
It has.
It feels like 2 days has passed in between every single fucking FML. But next week, I get a week off from dealing with your bitch ass, so I can finally breathe.
Yeah, and I see that like Wicked Virtue can't even like wait for me to do that first before she jumps on top of that because apparently, like apparently,
You're such a salty motherfucker.
she has to like every fucking idea I have, right? She has to come in there and pretend like it's like she had it first. You guys are taking a week off this week, right?
Holy shit, bro! You're so salty, my god. But yeah, we are taking a week off this week, so you're just not special.
So random, like. So random. Who would have
She just
thought?
had to one up you, you know?
She fucking does. It pisses me off. I have it hard enough in life as a white man, right?
Yeah, that does suck. But she's my favorite co-host right now because she did send me a box filled with like shit tons of video games and merchandise and stuff. So
must be nice.
It is. It is.
Must be nice to have a co-host that sends you stuff like that. I wouldn't know.
Hey, wait a minute. I actually saw something that I was gonna look for the link for, and I can't show it to you because I want your fucking reaction when you actually get the thing.
Are you giving it to me?
Actually, a couple weeks ago we talked about it. I almost bought you that fucking vintage Twin Towers lamp. It was like $200 though. That would probably be worth a good $200. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
like we both get
$20
one and then put it all behind us. That would be pretty fucking sick.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
So the plane ride back. So my suitcase breaks. I told this story. And the way my suitcase broke was the handle just got jammed in. The handle wouldn't move anymore. The handle wouldn't come up. The button wouldn't work. I couldn't get the handle out. So consequentially, I wasn't able to roll it and use the fucking wheels. So I had to carry it like a bitch. Now, I'll be real. I've used this suitcase for too long, but it's never failed me. I've had this suitcase for a quarter century. I've had this suitcase almost as long as you've been alive on this earth. My mom got it for me in like 2000 when we took our first trip to Disney World. I vividly remember getting this suitcase for that trip. And at the time, as a little kid, that was my suitcase, right? But then it's become my carry-on bag as an adult. And it's always worked, no problems. I've loved it. And I was bragging to people about how long I've had this suitcase and how awesome it is and the memories. And of course the motherfucker breaks. So I needed a new suitcase because I'm going to carry it like a fucking loser. So I went out. I went out, got an Uber to go to a couple stores and bought a suitcase. And it was with the carry-ons. Like it labeled carry-on, like all over the place. And I'm looking at them like it seemed a little bigger than some of the other ones, but I was like, okay, as big as I can get, as long as it's a carry-on, that'll be better. I can carry more shit because I bought stuff. I have more stuff coming back than I did when I went. So I'm like, all right, this is good. This will work. Get back to my hotel, throw it in the corner. Don't think about it. Sunday, as I'm packing up, getting ready to go, because I'm thinking to myself, I've bought a couple things. Like I bought some Pokemon cards, sports cards, some merch, some shit like that. And I was like, man, it's going to be tough to fit all this in. As I'm packing, I get it all packed in. I'm like, man, there's plenty of room in this thing. That's weird. So I close it up. I put it on the ground and I compare it to the old one. And I'm like, fuck, that's actually like significantly bigger. it's like 3 or 4 inches taller. And like 3 or 4 inches might not mean a lot in some cases. In this case, it was all the difference in the fucking world. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know if it's going to fit in there. So I can now roll my case, but I can't carry it on. So I have to check a bag. So luckily somebody else I was flying with was checking a bag anyway. I'm like, maybe I can do it with them, blah, blah, blah. But because my worry was not only that, forgot to tell you, when I checked in for my flight, I'm on the standby list, meaning I'm not guaranteed to get a seat. How the fuck does that happen? I don't know how the fuck that happens. I bought this weeks ago. I checked in when I was supposed to. I'm on the standby list for the flight. So now I'm panicking because I'm like, I might not get on this flight. And I'm sitting here as we're driving to the airport and I'm just going through all the worst case scenarios in my head. I bet that I'm going to get there and this isn't going to fit and I'm going to have to fucking get it checked. And then I'm going to get it checked. I'm going to go through security, get to my gate, and I'm not going to be able to get on that flight. So my bag's going to fucking get lost or go on ahead of me and get grabbed by somebody. My bag's going to be fucking lost and I'm going to be late and I'm going to lose my shit and it's going to be terrible. And as I'm going through all these things, Jay is just like, hey, you know what's crazy? They just emailed me and offered me free upgrade to first class. Isn't that nice? I'm like, yeah, that's fucking nice, Jay. Your life is nice. Your life just happens to be nice all the time while I'm suffering. Isn't that amazing?
That's insult to injury. Holy shit. That's great.
It was fucking crazy. But luckily things did work out and I was able to talk to the person and make sure I got on the flight and the flight went smooth. But fuck, it didn't look good for a while there. Got my bag checked, no problems. But it was,
I mean, at least it all worked out. And that's what matters. But also, if it hadn't have worked out, that would have been great as well. Because we still would have gotten a great story out of it. And you would have been even more bitchy than you are.
And like Jay's getting upgraded to first class. I'm getting downgraded to maybe not on a flight.
That I might really is the worst part. I might have to sit in the
fucking cargo arena, like, bro.
And now, of course, that means that people are going to make fun of you for that for several weeks in a row. So it's not just like, oh, it happened once. You're upset for a couple of minutes. No. Now the internet knows about it, and now the internet can meme on you for it.
I can't wait.
Maybe it kind of balances out because, like, Jay's a nice, good guy, whereas you make jokes about planes hitting certain buildings. So, like, maybe it evens itself out a little, kind of karma in a way.
I haven't done. I'm not saying I'm the best person in the world, Vera, and I've done some fucked up shit in my life. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that I have done enough bad things to justify the cosmic karmic justice that seems to come my way all the time. So what I think is that I am going to be rewarded later on in life at some point. That's the only thing that I can think, that somehow, some way, all that karma, all the dumb shit that happens to me constantly. And everybody, like people that I travel with, see it. Like Jeremy sees it, Jay sees it, like they see this happening. They just laugh because what else can you do? But
yeah, because it's funny when it's not happening to you. That's the best part, is watching someone around you have it happen to them, but you're really not affected directly by it.
Yeah, I mean, must be nice for everybody else, not me. Not me. We got a couple more big super chats. I want to catch up with some of the other ones to give us a little, because Vera is, unlike me, not an alcoholic, so she needs a little bit of a break before we get to some of these other drinking ones.
So you're admitting you're an alcoholic.
I may have said it, but I see him. I see Neanderthal. I appreciate the donations from everybody. We will get to them. Deeds, Minnesota, with a gifted subscription. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys over there on Rumble. And thank you to Deeds. Wangal, good morning. Oh, I mean, good evening. How does it turn Monday so fast? Really? Also, here's some money to fund your new suitcase, Ryan, as well for that In-N-Out bun. Yeah, I went to In-N-Out. My fucking, like, I got a stale bun there. I did go to In-N-Out because that's Jeremy's favorite place. He always wants to go there, and he goes there and talks about how I'm so wrong for daring to say that it's like overrated. I think In-N-Out is good. I just don't think it's the best thing ever, and I don't know why people would wait in line so long for it. It doesn't make any sense. I've lived in California. I get it. I've seen it. It's not special. But yeah, and of course I go there and the burger's fine. Good for the price, certainly, but I don't think it's like the greatest thing in the world. And yeah, my bun was stale. They gave me a stale bun. Always fresh, my ass. Fuckers. Thanks, Wangal. And yeah, moral to this story, I still need to buy a new carry-on suitcase. So I bought a suitcase that I effectively did not need, and now I still need to buy a new one. And I was out shopping today for one, and I find one which I think is going to be great. And the guy tells me a price, and I'm like, I'll think about it. Let me come back later. I come back, and he's like, "Oh no, I must have given you the wrong one. I meant it for this one, not this." I'm like, "You fucking scamming piece of shit." I don't know what he was. He wasn't white. He was some kind of brown, not Indian, but some sort of fucking brown trying to fucking scam me. And I was like, look, I'm not going to, you told me that price. I'm not going to do it for more. And he tried to justify where it was. I don't fucking care where it was made. Now, it was cool. It had like a cup holder in it. It was very cool. And I kind of like fell in love with this piece of luggage, but I wasn't going to get it. I wasn't going to overpay from what he told me. So fuck that brown motherfucker. And I'll move on. Or maybe I'll
Yeah,
go
but
back
you didn't
tomorrow
get
when he's not there so I don't give him the satisfaction.
right. I was gonna say, but the problem is that you still need one, and you need it in like the next couple of days. So it's not just like, oh, my old one broke, and I'm trying to get ahead for the next trip whenever that happens, and so I'm replacing it now. Like, no, you're on a time constraint. So if you want the luggage that happens to have the fucking cup holder, you gotta go back and you gotta get it regardless of the price. Now, I'm sure that that's not a super special feature, but the problem again is that you need it in the span of like a couple of days.
I do need it. I
Yeah.
do. I do need it, but I won't. Yes, scam luggage. Yes, I was about to get scammed. Tyante, coyote, bro. If I saw a fucking coyote ram, I mean, what the fuck is going on in my life? Ryan is back and safe. Friggin' awesome, says Chris Karan. I'm back temporarily. Temporarily. David Smart Jr., hail the FML panel. I want to say the Netflix MMA sucked. And Vera, the movie Obsession was an excellent film. Ryan, enjoy your trip to Japan, okay, bro? I'll try. Look, I really enjoyed the experience at the arena for the MVP Netflix MMA stuff. What I said was this: with the exception of the Diaz Perry fight, all the other fights were extremely one-sided, including Gina and Ronda. Now, that's the main event. That's a little bit tougher to figure out. Like, people who haven't fought in a long time. Gina hadn't fought in 17 years. Like, so that was like a mythical matchup people had talked about for a long time. But the other matchups on the card were all mismatches, and you kind of knew that going into them, especially that Ngannou fight. You knew that was just going to be, he was going to wipe the floor with him. And so as fun as that can be to watch knockouts and stuff, you do need to have a little bit more competitive. Like it needs to be a little more competitive. MVP wants to continue doing these things. So hopefully
Yeah.
they do, because I would love for them to push UFC to do bigger and better things and to be more competitive and to pay their fighters more and all that shit. And I hope
Yeah.
that's something that comes out of it. I don't know what the broadcast was like because I didn't get an opportunity to watch that. So I can't speak to the broadcast. I do know that some people had like quality issues with Netflix streaming, which is like a common thing on Netflix streaming.
Yeah,
I
when
don't know.
Netflix does these types of events, it kind of shits the bed for a lot of people, which, I mean, we don't know the exact numbers for this event, but, typically it's millions and millions of people trying to access it at once, which, does make sense. But, yeah, I mean, at least you had fun. I'm sure that it was more enjoyable actually being there and getting to experience it all like firsthand instead of just watching it. But yeah.
Yeah, it was, and there are also, I think maybe it's part of the arena. So that arena is fucking really cool. I've never been into it before because it's a very new arena. But for me, there, by the time the last couple fights came in, this is how fights work because they're main events. You have prelims for a couple hours, then you have the main card that leads into a couple fights, and you finally have the main event fights. For me, when like at the end of the Ngannou fight, the Nate Diaz fight, the Gina fight, the stadium was about 95% full. It was almost full. Very few empty seats. But all I saw when I was on social media was, oh, it's empty, it's empty, it's
Yeah,
empty.
I've seen
Eh,
so many posts like that, but they're clearly videos of when the event was over and people were starting to, file out. And so, of course, yeah, like you see all of the lights and the empty seats next to them. But that was like a very prominent narrative being pushed online is that, oh, it was almost completely empty and there was basically nobody there. And it's only like the media that showed up and it was like a closed door event. I mean, you clearly could tell that that wasn't the case based on the images that were circulating from when the event was actually happening. But all of these
Yeah.
videos were cut very specifically, like Gina hugging her father. Of course, that was after everything had happened and people already started to leave. So, of course, it's going to look much more empty than like halfway through the event.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess it just depends. And also, like, if you're watching on Netflix and it's in between fights, or everyone's up and going to the
Yeah.
bathroom or getting food or getting
Right.
beers or whatever. Like, for instance, and I guess I should have like even thought about that and posted different pictures, but this was a picture from after prelims had gotten over, and it was about a 45-minute intermission between that and the main card. So obviously there's a lot of empty seats and shit like that, because people are out getting food, pissing, doing whatever, because there's no fights actively happening. So all I can say is, like, from my experience in the arena, a handful of empty seats here or there, but by the time the main event came around, it was packed. Like, it was a packed house. So.
It also makes sense that that was like a very prominent narrative being pushed because the media doesn't like Gina Carano, and there are so many people who have it out for her and actively hate her that would be taking pictures and doing interviews and stuff. So, like, that also is a problem. But when one image starts to circulate that, oh my God, the seats are empty, then that's just the angle that's pushed. But yeah.
Yeah. And also, just to be real, the people that are like the MMA, the MMA outlets that are very pro UFC, there was a big reason to downplay this event as well.
Right.
Just in general, like Dana White, I give him all the credit in the world for building UFC from what it is, and I like Dana in general. Obviously, they know that this was happening. They know that this is going on. They've been asked a lot of questions about it. And Dana White, and this is something that if you're not into UFC or MMA or whatever, you're not going to understand. But he waited until the main card, until Ngannou was in the middle of fighting right before Nate Diaz's fight, to make the announcement that Conor McGregor's coming back to UFC. Like, they held on to that announcement until while this event was kind of reaching its peak.
Yeah.
Like, that, it's a very intentional thing that they did.
Oh, of course, but that's business.
To try to change conversation and take it away from this. So yeah. Mega Sheen, Ryan wouldn't be miserable in Tennessee. Everyone's happy. I like Tennessee. Nashville's cool. Nashville's cool. Sunscreen tax from Fit Down Sports. Look at me. Look how fucking red I am.
Yeah, you probably should have brought sunscreen.
Yeah. Thanks for the advice.
Yeah,
Ned
no
Steeler.
problem. I'm always happy to help.
Metallica, My Friend of Misery, comes to mind. LMAO. Corvo the Crow started posting art to Twitter and Insta. Phone was vibrating like crazy. Thought it was notifications or likes. It was an Amber Alert. Fuck my life.
That just took such a hilarious start. It's like, wow, that's great. Congrats. Ryan's even more red than he already fucking was. That's great. That's awesome. He just hit us with the fucking curveball.
That's funny. Like, the idea that you're posting your stuff, you're like, wow, I'm getting a lot of traction. This is great. And you look down, it's, oh, some dumb fucking kid just got kidnapped. Fuck.
It's rough.
Ronnie West, do y'all think Filoni's at risk of being fired? Not for a while. He just got the job. I'm
starting a rumor. Dave Filoni on the out. He's about to be fired.
Right, yeah, he's got.
And now we're gonna talk about that once a fucking month for the next 12 goddamn years.
Oh, it's gonna be like Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I wanted to believe in those rumors. I really did, because she's just such a bad choice and made so many bad decisions. But every time that would make the rounds again, I know it's just another day that ends with a Y. We're not getting that lucky yet.
Yeah. I mean, like, I hate that bitch more than anybody. So, Hail Red, Hail Vera. Fuck. Thoughts on Harry Potter recastings? The only one I saw was that the child who got cast to play
Ginny,
Ginny
yeah.
in season 1 is not going to come back for season 2. So they
I don't think
recast.
I saw any others. I only saw the Ginny one. I'll
And
see
I
if I
don't
can
really know what's
find it.
happening with that. Like whenever something like that happens, I mean, you hope that there's not even like medical issues or something.
Right.
But
Because they
I
didn't give a
don't
lot
know.
of details. They basically just said that it was like unforeseen circumstances, which isn't very descriptive of like, oh, like she just didn't mesh with the season and like she feels really uncomfortable or something like that. Because like those are clearly answers that I think you could give that a lot of people obviously wouldn't hold against her going forward because she's literally a kid and you don't know how a kid is going to react to being in a situation like that. They might be excited when it's announced, and then as they're like filming, it becomes really tough for them to deal with. But yeah, hopefully it is nothing too serious.
Bro, Phil, what is this shit? Why am I fat and
Me
a
pointing
boot?
and laughing because you're a fucking nerd. Yeah,
Yeah, but
you
why
are
am
really
I fat and
fat.
have tits?
You're fat as shit.
What does this have to do with anything? Why did you make this meme? And why
Whoever
does
made
Vera
that,
have an
thank
RK
you.
Outpost
Oh, Phil,
sticker?
thank you. It's a really good one.
Fuck you, Phil.
I'm replacing you in your own fucking brand.
Fuck you, Phil.
I get lots of enjoyment out of that, so.
I don't. Cheer up, champ. Happy birthday, Rick, says Ladybug. Thanks, Ladybug. The whole Rick thing and the happy birthday thing, all your fault. So
Also, I don't see anything else about anybody different also being recast. So, if anyone has any follow-up information for us, that'd be great. But I only see Ginny's actress.
yeah, I mean, opens the door for Snape, right? That's what we can all think.
Yeah, we're not that lucky, so that's not gonna happen. He's not a bad actor. It's just he doesn't fit this fucking role, and so. But he also didn't fit the role of George Boleyn when you had Black and Boleyn as well. So he's very clearly signing up and auditioning for these very controversial roles, and he just doesn't care.
This says nice bulge, Ryan. There's no like. The only bulge was my fucking gut
Your
and
stomach. Also, Phil, I shared it on X. I retweeted it. I reposted it. It's great.
Fuck
Gotta
you.
trigger you as much as possible, Ryan.
Yeah, as if I haven't had enough bad
If
things.
you tag me, I will make sure that I repost it.
As if I haven't had enough bad things going on in my life, okay? You
It's
guys
only
gotta
gonna get worse, Buster.
Buster. Bro, this is the
I
second
said
time.
that before, yeah, because it triggered you, so I'm gonna fucking say it again.
It didn't trigger me, it's just weird.
See?
Neanderthal for $50. Words for Vera. I know she hates blank super chats. My special.
Thank you. I'm very grateful. Yeah, I hate when it's a blank super chat because YouTube likes to censor certain words and phrases in like super chats and also in normal chat. But I'm always afraid that like it censors it, but then somebody ends up just like pressing send again, but then it erases their message, and so it freaks me out just because that has happened so much, but I'm grateful for the message.
Well, I'll just assume you didn't have much to say. That's what I'll always assume. Thank you, Neanderthal.
Easy peasy.
Neanderthal for another $50. Jay is defending himself in the chat. Jay's defending himself because defending the truth said unrelated. Jay did not mention the meetup once. And then Jay's in the chat to defend himself. He says, I did mention it a lot. So
not according to that guy, and of course I would believe the random on the internet more than I'd believe you, obviously.
Hey, I believe defending the truth that he never heard it. But So Jay was getting a lot of heat because he was like, "Oh, the meetup, blah blah blah," and everyone's like, "What the fuck? When did this meetup happen? I was in LA. If I'd known this meetup happened, I would have go. I would have gone." It was a very small, low key thing. I don't think it was ever supposed to be very big. I think it was just Jay with a couple people who had gone to the theme park, and I was not supposed to go. Jeremy was not supposed to go because we were streaming and doing other stuff. But then it turned out we were able to go, and then then everyone felt really left out. So
Yeah.
that's the way it happens. But well, I'll be honest, like sometimes it's it just depends. Like even when we have the big Orlando meetups, we can talk about it for fucking months leading up to it and post on social media and stuff like that. But then inevitably, like we'll be posting about it the weekend of, and people will be like, "Oh, I didn't know this was happening. I would have gone if I'd known." I'm like, I don't know. I can't like send it directly to everyone's messages.
You need to send out a newsletter now.
We need an Amber Alert.
Exactly. But I mean, it does make sense because, people aren't watching every piece of content. Let's say you mention it in, I don't know, 2 pieces of content a week, but then they don't end up watching those and it just ends up not being translated and people don't like get that information. And, you can't expect everybody to watch every video and live stream you create. So, I mean, it makes sense. But yeah, there's only so much you can really do to say, hey, listen, this event is going to be happening.
Yeah, it is what it is. There was a guy in the G&G Discord who was very disappointed he couldn't find where it was. If I was ever in the G&G Discord, I might have been able to see it, but I didn't see it. Duke Devil. The only thing missing from Ryan's travel story was an incident at a fast food restaurant. Again, my In-N-Out did get, like, the bun was stale, so I guess that counts. On the positive, in Japan, you'll be a giant next to the general populace and probably no fast food issues. I'm very much looking forward to food in Japan.
Yeah. I've always heard that Japan has amazing fucking food. So you'll probably end up being able to eat, knowing you, good ramen fucking 7 nights in a row. So
I mean, I do like ramen. Gojira Zilla says Ryan is hot.
Yeah, he spammed that a couple times. 6 times.
Excuse me. Although I do appreciate
Was that a sneeze?
It was a little bit of a sneeze.
Sometimes it sounds like a cough. Bless you.
I
think we've gone through this before.
My sneezes always sound like coughs. I don't know why. That's the way I was born. But as much as I appreciate the compliments, no spamming, Gojira. So no
He just
spamming.
really wanted to make sure that knew he was gay as fuck.
All are welcome. Now, if you're gay and you don't like me, get the fuck out of here. But if you're gay and like me, it's all good. It's all good. Megasheen, watch 13 Assassins and 7 Samurai. Thank you, Megasheen. John Ease, Ryan, the subway and train system in major cities are nuts, and most signs have Japanese labels, so yeah, it can be tough to navigate. Be prepared. I think of when somebody says be prepared.
What?
Be prepared.
Oh, great fucking Disney song.
It is from Lion King.
I like Lion King a lot. I don't know if it's my number 1, but it's definitely top 3.
Lion King is my number 2. My number 1 is Aladdin.
Aladdin is pretty good. I'm surprised you like Aladdin. There's a lot of diversity in that.
Well, as a boy, I feel like Aladdin and Lion King are probably going to be like near your tops. Like girls, I feel like have a lot more options that are like realistic for them growing up with like Disney movies and stuff. For boys, if Aladdin and Lion King aren't like in your top 3 when you were growing up, you're probably gay, honestly.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think that for me, I don't know what my number 1 would be, but it would definitely be Lion King and Robin Hood. I don't know what my like 3rd top pick.
I do like Robin Hood.
Robin Hood's
9 o'clock and all is well. I do like Robin Hood. I like Hercules. Hercules was good.
Oh yeah, that's a great fucking one.
That's one where true. There are a couple songs that I really like from Hercules, but in terms of the overall
Treasure
soundtrack,
Planet is also elite.
like for Hercules, there's a couple bangers, but the overall soundtrack I don't like near as much as Aladdin and Lion King. Uh, I really
Yeah.
like the movie. James Woods
Yeah.
great.
Mm.
James Woods.
Food for thought. Atlantis is also great too.
Emperor's New Groove, yeah, Emperor's New Groove's okay. R.I.P. Suitcase. That's right, Ladybug. That's right. Neanderthal for $50. I'm going to Japan. See you soon, Nuke. Look, Neanderthal is going to meet me there. He's not even going to go on the trip with Gary. He's just randomly going to go.
He's just in it for the love of the game. Doesn't even give a fuck about the rest. I
For the
respect that.
love of the game, for the love of the drink.
It's true.
Me and Neanderthal, we got to have some sake, bro. We got to have some sake. Let's go.
Sake's pretty good.
It's been a long time since I had it. I had it in like a Thai restaurant, I think, or a Korean restaurant, not even a Japanese one. But how different can it be? All these motherfuckers look the same. I'd imagine that their shit has to taste close to the same, right?
It's true. Also, I see somebody in chat saying Hunchback of Notre Dame. It is
I
so
like it.
fucking elite. I love it so much. But also, I kind of feel like it's so different from the rest of Disney's work that I almost don't include it in the rest of Disney's work. But yeah, like, it is so good.
I don't love Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Why?
I don't like Quasimodo. I think he's a fucking retarded loser.
Of course, because he fucking looks like you. No wonder you fucking wouldn't like him. You're salty.
That's
Be nice to my fucking guy, okay,
that's a little bit excessive. He doesn't look like me.
Be nice to my fucking
He
guy.
looks like a retarded loser piece of shit, and he's a gay simp. Like he sucks. Like Quasimodo fucking sucks. And so how am I supposed to give a fuck? I hope he dies. Like the whole time I just hope Quasimodo dies. So
Preaching to the choir, brother.
Don't like that movie. I was talking to Jay the other day about like Charlie Brown, and I get it. Some people are big fans of fucking Snoopy and Charlie Brown and all this shit. I hate Charlie Brown because like Snoopy's cool or whatever.
Yeah.
Every other character in that sucks. Charlie Brown sucks. He is a fucking loser. He is a simp. He sucks at everything. All his friends are fucking weird. He's got one friend who doesn't shower. He's got one friend that drags a blanket around with him. He's a fucking piece of shit.
He's a kid. No wonder he fucking acts that way. But yeah. No, I mean, I get it. I was never big into Charlie Brown, but I would watch the holiday specials, like maybe not every year, but every couple of years. But yeah, that's more of like nostalgia and not because I genuinely love Charlie Brown like so much. Not opposed though.
Like Snoopy's cool, I guess, but he's not a real person, right? He's not really he's dreaming of all these things. He's not actually like fighting the Red Baron. Like he's a dog. He can't do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Charlie Brown sucks. That's my overall point. And we got another $50 super chat from Nolan for Xenosaga. What's Xenosaga? Is that an anime or is that like the Xenoblade games? What is he talking about? Xenosaga.
So I think that this is in reference to like a side scrollers meme that's going on right now. But yeah, Xenosaga is a game series. It's Monolith, published by Namco. It is part of the Xeno like series.
Is it like Xenoblade? Like I know Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah, I mean
it's in the same one.
Xenosaga and Xenogears, yeah, and Xenoblade. Mm-hmm.
Okay. For Xenosaga, says Nolan. Thank you very much, Nolan.
Easy peasy. God fucking damn. How many shots is that in fucking 50 minutes?
That's 6. It's about
a lot
to be
of them.
7. About to be 7. You know what?
We're
Hold on.
alive.
How big is that bottle you have there?
It is 750
So,
milliliter.
just for the record, when people are like talking about how like comically big this looks, maybe Vera's just like a very tiny person, but hold that up again.
Yeah,
Like this bottle is like 3.5 times the size of that bottle, right?
that is true.
But
Yeah.
it looks the same.
But that thing's also super like wide, and this isn't. This is
It's
like,
about it does have some girth on it. You're not
yeah,
wrong.
this is not.
All right. Well, I'm gonna make it lighter.
Let's do it.
Now, are you asking me to play? Oof. Are you asking me to play Xenosaga? Is that what this means?
I think it's just for the meme potential.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the meme going around, but I am familiar with super chats. So why is everyone
Also,
saying I'm 5'6" in the chat?
I
Why is
did
everybody
see
putting this out?
somebody mention it in chat. I think you are correct that, yeah, Xenoblade isn't a part of it. It's Xenosaga and then Xenogears. So yeah,
Oh,
I
fuck, isn't
was
that
2/3
confusing?
correct. Yeah.
Isn't that confusing? I'm not 5'6" or put that out. No, I'm not. I'm not tall. I'm pretty average. I'm 5'10", but I'm not 5'6". That's fucking tiny. That's short king territory. If I was 5'6", I would be a short king. Instead, I'm just an average piece of shit at 5'10". Jason, any In and Out visits? Any Trapper Wolf sightings? The funny thing is, the Mando movie was like premiering in LA during this time, and we were in Hollywood, or I don't know where they did the premiere, but
Oh
like
yeah.
we
I didn't
were
even think
around.
about it that you were there at the same time. Because usually I just see these fucking Shills posting about it, being like, "We got early access." Like, congrats, bro. But I didn't even piece two and two together.
Well, I mean, speaking of, that's a good segue.
That's
That's
true.
that's a good segue, Vera, into the Mando movie, which comes out in a couple days.
I
The
haven't seen anybody who's genuinely excited for this. I haven't seen like a single post that isn't, "Oh yeah, I'm excited to like own the losers and the haters on social media." Like, I haven't just seen one normie be like, "Yeah, I think that this is going to be a pretty good movie." That's kind of depressing because if you think back just even a few years ago, Star Wars had so much more hype behind it. Even when, The Mandalorian started, there were people that were like, season one is really good and this might be a new era for Disney's Star Wars. And I get why people want to be super hyped and super excited and always think that things are turning around and everything's going to be rainbows and sunshine. But yeah, at this point, like, this movie should have came out years ago with season
Star Wars is
two.
back.
Yeah, and season three just sort of killing the goodwill that season one really gained. It's just like, yeah, it's another movie. Congratulations.
Yeah, and obviously when it came out, it was sitting around like that, 80 to $100 million 3-day weekend. It hasn't moved much. I mean, this is from Global Box Office, and they're framing it like in such a good way. Mandalorian and Grogu's now tracking for Disney's biggest opening weekend of 2026 to date. The new Star Wars spinoff is headed for an $85 to $100 million haul by Monday. Just to be clear, that means in the 4-day weekend with the Monday holiday, 85 to 100 million.
Yep.
So you're talking about if we talk about the normal kind of 3-day opening with the Thursday previews, you're talking about a 75 to $90 million opening. That's kind of what they're theorizing, which would be fucking disastrous for this movie, right? Because this movie is not, say, a Devil Wears Prada 2. This movie is not a Michael movie, which is going to have crazy legs. This will be a heavily front-loaded movie like all of these type of movies are. But, I have to disagree with something you said, Vera. You said that you haven't seen anybody excited to see this movie or about this movie.
Oh,
I
actually,
beg
you know
to
what?
differ.
You know what? You are totally correct. I lied. I forgot about this. Yeah, I made it up because I have actually seen these images of totally normal people being totally excited for this movie for sure. Definitely not staged sponsored photos.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you can say. Like, look at how excited these people are.
I
Star
know.
Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu's Pedro Pascal, Sigourney Weaver, Dave Filoni, and Jon Favreau surprised fans in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. Experience the event now. Buy tickets here, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, here they are. This looks like a fake picture. I'm not even going to lie. Like, this doesn't look real.
that looks crazy. It's just like a green screen. It looks like they are photoshopped on it. You know how like there will be like mentally ill people on Facebook that will fucking photoshop celebrities with them, and then they'll be like, this is my best friend in the world. That's kind of what this is looking like right now.
Jon Favreau looks so awkward. Like, he also looks very fat, but he looks so
boulder.
awkward right here.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver looks like if you went like and took a shot from behind her, I feel like there would be like clothespins like taping her face back.
It kind of reminds me, I think it was like 2 years ago at, it might have been the Met Gala. I don't remember what the event was, but she had done that. It was like this set of photos and you have to spin around and it's slow-mo, like the glam bot it's called. And she was constantly, her eyes were searching for the camera and she just couldn't find it the entire time. And it always looks like she's not expecting a photo to be taken of her, like a video to be taken of her. She always looks so shocked and like she had to put on the fakest face possible because she was caught without, expecting the camera to be there.
Maybe.
Like caught off guard.
I don't know. It looks strange. It just looks weird.
It
But
really does.
what this picture is actually for this. Like, Pedro Pascal showed up randomly and surprised a bunch of Star Wars fans, which is just,
yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
Imagine going to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Disney Star Wars Land, just randomly, just you happen to go, and as a surprise for you who paid for entrance to the park and you're a Star Wars fan, and like the most random thing happens and Pedro Pascal like pops up. Like, isn't that like just crazy and super cool and phenomenal? And like, here it is, actually, we can see the video of it.
I don't think they're going to hear my welcome, but I'll just be like, what's up?
Right, son, travelers, come in. You all know the Mandalorian? Yeah. Mandalorian, do you have anything to say before we send our travelers on their journey?
Holy fucking cringe.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool that just random fans, got to see the star of the new movie who is there, and then you see the community note. These are not average guests. They are influencers specifically chosen by Disney. They were given free admission to the park in exchange for positive promotion of the upcoming film, The Mandalorian and Grogu. And yes, indeed, all the people in this video are influencers, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. These are not just random fans. It was specifically all designed for this little photo shoot so they can get excited over Pedro Pascal, and so that Star Wars can tweet this out and pretend that there's a ton of excitement surrounding this film. This is blowing up in their faces so fucking badly, to the point where even the Hollywood Reporter is talking about this now, right?
Yeah. And
I think
ultimately Disney deserves it, because it's like we used to get people like Johnny Depp who would end up going to the parks, and they had actors that were, obviously working at the park that were so close to him and were able to like mimic him and his speech and his tone and his mannerisms. And it really seemed like there would be times almost where you could just run into Johnny Depp, because he like probably twice for promotional reasons did actually go and play Jack Sparrow. But now they've gone, oh my gosh, there's all of these videos that have happened over the years, and it's been such like a positive promotion that we're just going to do that again, but this time we're just going to give it to influencers, which I understand. Obviously, they're in the business of making money. Not that Disney's, really focused on making money over the years with all the bullshit that they've pulled. But yeah, I mean, it is advantageous to invite a handful of influencers to meet Pedro Pascal and to promote The Mandalorian. But it's not like there's one influencer that is a part of this group or like two influencers. It's all influencers, which is why I think that it's going over so poorly for them. If it was just like one influencer who happened to be there that got pulled to the side and was like, hey, take some pictures, I think the response would be very different and a lot more positive, because there would be normal fans who would be able to like actually meet him.
And I think, look, wouldn't it have been cool if you had just done it to random guests who actually paid for entrance to Disneyland and,
Yeah.
with maybe children with them, like what we
Children, who cares about them? They can't get 1 million views on a TikTok.
Right.
Fuck them kids. That's like their mentality now.
Now, with that being said, as much as I think a lot of, I don't know really who any of these people are, but a lot of them have big followings on social media, and it is what it is. I think they're cringe for a lot of different reasons. I don't really blame them for this. I blame Star Wars and Disney for
needing this to happen,
for portraying it this way. Like, oh, they surprised fans. They're just normal folks, guys. They're just Star Wars. And just like, no, they're actually, they got free admission to the park. They are paid influencers. They're going to the premiere. They're doing these things and getting good shit from Lucasfilm to do so. Like, it's a real deceptive type of fucking advertising to generate artificial excitement for your project. And I blame Disney and Star Wars for trying to pass it off like this is just some random occurrence. You know what I mean?
If they had portrayed it and that it was actually the situation and they were honest about it up front, like a bunch of influencers got to meet Pedro Pascal, sure, I would think it's kind of cringe and a little bit weird. But at the same time, I don't think a lot of people would be talking about it the way that they are. And I just think that it would have sort of came and went very quickly. And, the Star Wars account wouldn't have gotten community noted and people wouldn't be calling them out like, oh my God, you guys intentionally lied. Like, it just would have been, okay, it's influencers doing marketing. That happens for so many products now and so many projects now.
Yeah. So I don't know any of these people.
I don't know any of them either.
I can't say I follow a ton of Star Wars influencers, just to be honest with you. But yeah, it just blew up in their face. And at the end of the day, I don't know how this is gonna do. I don't know how this movie is gonna perform at the box office. I can tell you that this isn't gonna help. I mean, Stephen Colbert and Pedro Pascal kissing probably isn't gonna help things. Did you see this shit?
I did, yeah.
Bro, if you didn't think Star Wars was gay before, here we are. Now that Dave Filoni's in charge, the gaydom is full and free and just out there, man.
But Ryan, he's just anxious. He has to hug his coworkers and hold their hands, and now he has to kiss them.
Well,
I remember when that was the cope when Fantastic Four was happening. Like, he's just a little anxious guy. Like, this is almost, I think, like, 50-year-old fucking man who's doing this. It's just weird.
Well, I don't know. I don't think we were doing, I don't think we were doing the show at the time, but on every other show I was on, my take on Pedro Pascal, and I think I even made videos about this, my take on Pedro Pascal touching his female co-stars was that he's fucking gay, right? Because
and he's trying to seem straight.
I don't even think he's trying to seem straight. I think he is. I don't think he's open about his gayness. But I think that touchy-feely stuff, if it was a straight male co-star those women would not be okay with him doing those things. In general,
Right.
some would, right? But not the level to which it had happened consistently for Pedro Pascal over the years. But when it's a gay man and they know that that person's gay, they don't have any issue with it. And like, because they wouldn't feel weird about their significant other seeing a gay man touching them. They would feel weird if a straight man did. That was my take on it.
Yeah.
A year ago, whenever Fantastic Four came out, whenever they were doing that, I said, look, the reason that these women feel comfortable, the same reason that Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey kind of feel that same way is because Jonathan Bailey's a queer, right? Now he's openly a queer, which is why Scarlett Johansson doing that stuff with him maybe might not come off as weird. Pedro Pascal's not openly a queer, which is strange considering how progressive he speaks and how he talks about LGBT rights and trans rights and things like that. Yet he doesn't want to openly come out as gay because he's worried it might lose him some roles, right? Very brave, stunning and brave of you, Pedro Pascal. But I've always thought this dude was a fucking homo. Both just in general, like meaning lame and also meaning fucks dudes in the ass and gets fucked by dudes in the ass. And I think that's been kind of confirmed now. We got some of those TMZ pictures leaking of him and his fucking boyfriend.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But the thing is this also, I guess, makes sense for like both of their brands. Not that it's not gay as shit, but Pedro Pascal has kissed like several of his coworkers on the cheek during like the red carpet runs and in these events. But Stephen Colbert also has kissed a couple of the people that have been on the show. So it's like they thought that this would be funny, but I don't really know who this resonates with or is funny to. Like, are these people who are really showing up to watch Fantastic Four and the Mango and Grok movie? Not really, no. So, like, why would you then do it? This is also the fucking guy, Stephen Colbert, who's doing Lord of the Rings now. Like, why would I want this guy to work on such a masculine project? Like, I can't see it.
Imagine the relationship between Frodo and Sam.
I mean, Sam's actor had come out years ago and said, I think they should have kissed. So here we fucking go. Here's his chance.
Well, he played a fucking retard in Rudy, so it's not surprising.
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
Sean Astin had said that, I think, like 4 years ago or 5 years ago. He's like, I think they should have kissed at the end. Okay, bro, we fucking get it. You're trying to stay relevant in the ever-changing Hollywood landscape. So yeah, he's a good actor, of course, but being a good actor doesn't.
Did you see that they're doing the first 10 minutes of Mando and Grogu in Fortnite, a Fortnite event?
I did not see that. No,
you didn't see that?
I didn't.
You're just not up to date.
I know. I'm so out of touch.
You're not in touch with the gaming community.
I'm not a gamer. I'm not a movie watcher. I only talk about things that I hate, of course.
God, and then this fucking loser, bro, right here. I just opened Twitter and saw this. Star Wars Holocron, one of the biggest fucking queers in the world, at least when it comes to Star Wars social media. Ready to watch The Mandalorian and Grogu again for the second time. This movie's so fun. It's quintessentially and unabashedly Star Wars. Bro, go fucking fuck yourself. How about that? I was going to use a word that began with a K, but we'll use fuck instead. What a loser, bro.
Yo, you sounded like Dave Filoni a little bit there. Is this his alt account, maybe?
On is.
We might have just cracked the code.
Like, don't you think this is like? I think this is actually maybe Dave Filoni's account.
I'm starting a rumor. Are you ready?
What was I looking for? Fortnite.
Fortnite. Yeah, I didn't see that though.
Well, you're.
I'm out of touch. I'm not hip with the kids anymore. I saw like the Mando like emotes and stuff.
So right here, Star Wars. Bring your friends, explore Navarro, complete island quests, and catch a sneak peek of the first 10 minutes from Star Wars: The Mandalorian and Grogu in the Mandalorian and Grogu Watch Party Island, launching May 19th. That's
Of course, it'd be on an
tomorrow.
island in a game that fucking kids play.
Yeah.
We're hunters, taking on the Empire.
We need you to prevent another war.
What's the play? I taught you the way. Now it's your turn.
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Here it is. This is how you watch it.
That's so stupid. Why the fuck would kids want to do this? I know that they've done this before. This isn't new. To
Yeah, they did it with
Mandalorian
Rise of
Grogu.
Skywalker.
They
did a
did.
special Rise of Skywalker, the message from Palpatine. And how did that work out
Why?
for you?
I just don't get it. They also like unveil what are they, like, virtual concerts and like the Travis Scott concert and Ariana Grande concert. Like, who is going to sit in Fortnite and attend these events? Like, that's just I don't know. I think it's really, really stupid. Then again, I have half a fucking brain, so maybe that's why I don't resonate with this idea. But it's like going to a drive-in theater in a video game. Like, I don't think it's very special. But yeah, it's clearly an attempt to sell tickets, and oh my gosh, maybe some people will end up watching this in Fortnite and they'll think that it's really cool and it will turn into ticket sales. I don't think that throughout the multiple movie premieres that this has happened with, if they've ever announced like how many people responded in surveys talking about how they saw it like in Fortnite and then went to go see the movie itself. But I can't say that I've seen any of these movies have a higher amount of tickets sold, or these movies have overperformed and that they've ever said, oh, it's because of like tie-in like events like this. I just can't think of any off the top of my head.
I don't know, but
It's stupid regardless.
it's crazy.
Is
I'm
it
gonna-
crazy?
I'm gonna have to try to watch this Thursday night, and then I fly out early as fuck in the morning on Friday to go to Japan. My last
tough.
American experience is gonna be Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah, I mean,
And I
if
go
that
to
was my
Japan.
last fucking American experience, I probably wouldn't come back either, so
And then I go to
Yes.
Japan, where hopefully I'll be immersed in Pokemon.
that's true.
I
I
was
mean, at
showed
least
Vera,
you're
I've got a
going.
new lock screen. Look at my Gengar
See,
lock
that
screen.
is really, really cool.
It's fucking sick. It's actually awesome.
I mean, you can do like I mean, not that you would want to, because of course you love your fucking monkey wallpaper, but you could do that with your computer wallpapers as well. You're looking at me like I'm
Oh.
crazy. The fucking monkeys
Oh,
that you had.
I was
You're
talking
looking
about
at me like, whoa, what are you talking about?
yeah, I thought you were talking about my phone. I'm like, what?
No,
do
the
you mean?
computer.
Bro, I've had a bunch of people since I've been talking about Pokemon be like, hey, I'm into Pokemon cards too. I'm into Pokemon cards too. Yeah. Better be motherfuckers. It's fun.
Pokemon's so expensive. It's because of scalpers, though.
Yeah,
There's
here's the thing, like-
so many.
The problem is it's very hard to get any product like at MSRP because it's really not that expensive.
Right.
Like comparatively, you know, if you
Yeah.
can find it in stores. The problem is you can't find it in stores because of
Yeah.
scalpers, and it's really frustrating. It's really annoying.
It's like I know that
Um,
Target had just done a like Pokemon collab, and they were selling like water bottles and shirts and like pretty cool things. Not that I would have bought anything, but some of it looked pretty cool. And it sold out within like 3 minutes, and people were pissed because, yeah, sure, you can go to the stores and get it, but the issue is that there's still going to be scalpers who are going to get it from the stores, and you don't want to go like as soon as they open or be there early to try to get these items.
Yeah, it's extremely frustrating because it's like you have to, there are people that are like they know when Target gets restocks and they camp out. Like they're
Right.
at like 2 a.m. the day before, and they camp out and they get the shit, and everyone else
It's
is
like
shit
the
out of
old
luck.
GameStop movie, or not movie, the old GameStop video game, midnight launches where you'd
Well,
want to be there and you were hanging out with people and that was all cool. But now it's, oh, hey, if you're not first in line or second or third in line, you can't actually get anything because it's all scalped.
the one thing I will say about Target is they do limit items, so they're
Well,
not
they
going to let
didn't
one
for
person.
these because they were like water bottles and shirts. So
Right.
that's the problem.
For cards, they do, because they kind of know that scalpers come and target those. So they do limit those to two purchases per SKU, so per unit, right? Like like for it would be like, hey, two if you want to get 2 ETBs and then 2 booster packs and 2 single packs. Like that's what they limit it to. They do it limited, whereas a lot of Walmarts, they just fucking stock the shelves and then walk away. But for the company themselves, like for Walmart, they don't care, right? They don't care if one person buys every bit of stock.
It's still money.
50 people buy it all out. It's just they've sold out of their stock. That's all they care about. But GameStop, you can pre-order stuff there. They charge a little bit over MSRP though. Like
Right.
Chaos Rising is coming out, and I think they're charging $80 to pre-order the ETB there, which MSRP will be MSRP is probably $59.99 on those, maybe $49.99, maybe $59.99. But at least you can get it as opposed to buying it secondary, which is like $120. It's disgusting. I hate it.
It sucks, especially because it means that people that are genuinely passionate and really love the IP, they can't experience it as easily because either you need to show up hours in advance or you need to pre-order it, which a lot of these products you can't just pre-order from like Target.
No, because there's bots. They all have fucking
Right.
bots. I've talked to
Yep.
some of these people, right? There's this one dude. This dude probably makes so much fucking money. But he has like 2 fucking crazy computers at his house, and the entire thing, he has 40 different like bot farms that he uses for when things go
Yeah.
up on pre-order. And that's why
Yep.
I can't get a pre-order in, because these motherfuckers.
Yep, and that's tough for people that are, love the IP and are nostalgic and just want to open some Pokemon cards, and it becomes so much harder. Either you're paying a premium or you are basically shit out of luck, which is very unfortunate. And I would say in terms of IPs right now, Pokemon is definitely the worst when it comes to scalpers and bots. Like anytime anything goes online, it's instantly purchased. And sure, it's because Pokemon is very big and it's such a big market. I understand that. But I mean, they've tried over the years, it sounds, to really like up the amount of product they're able to put on the market at once and try to counter it, but none of that's really worked.
And the other side of it is the sad part is that the scalping and everything is actually one of the reasons why Pokemon card prices have exploded, right?
Yeah.
Because if this stuff wasn't happening, a lot of these cards wouldn't actually hold the value they do. Like if you pull a card, then try to sell it on eBay, it wouldn't hold that. But because Ascended Heroes ETBs are going for $180, right? Because of that, the chase cards within that are also rising. So it's a whole thing. It's very annoying. It's very
Yeah.
annoying. And I see
Definitely.
somebody nominated. I've seen a lot of nominations actually for Vera for FNT lately.
Hey,
Almost
good
like,
news, Ryan. I am gonna be on FNT soon.
really?
Yeah.
Wow, you didn't tell me about it until just now.
I didn't. I knew you'd like for me to announce it publicly.
Are you going to be on when I'm not on?
Yeah, I am. I am.
Yeah. 'Cause I see Gary in the chat. Beardo and Vera, too many women. Maybe just Vera.
Fair. I mean,
Yeah.
Pedro and I could rock, paper, scissors for the spot. Yeah, sounds good.
I wonder why people are looking for a female replacement on the show. I couldn't imagine why.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I have no idea.
Nope.
It's funny because it's like the past like 2 weeks. But you know what? Maybe women are the problem. You know, maybe just get
Women
off
shouldn't
the
be able
internet.
to fucking vote.
Right. They shouldn't
Women
be able to
should
vote.
be in the
They shouldn't be on the internet.
kitchen. I keep seeing posts online like every woman is tied to a man because their last name is a man's, and so I'm not gonna get my father's name. I'm gonna use my mother's name. Bitch, that's your fucking grandfather's name. All right, shut up. You're so stupid. Holy shit. Modern day feminists are
That's
so
true.
retarded.
You have your father's name. Like
It's
that's
just your mother's name is your grandfather's name. Are you? You know what? It's fine. A for effort. I'm proud of you, sweetie. Whatever makes you feel better.
But yeah, so you're going to be on. I guess we can't announce the exact date. Here's what I know. I'm not going to be on Friday, this Friday, because I am flying to Japan.
Oh, I'm going to be on next Friday.
Okay, so you're going to be on the Friday after this one. So
yeah.
That is when we're all going to be in Japan. So that makes sense because there's going to be a lot of former guests and stuff that are filling in because honestly, if Gary and I aren't there, like holy fuck, that's a lot. Like you need a lot to fill that up. So I guess even women. So congratulations, Farah.
Hey,
I'm glad you're going to be on
couple diversity points never hurt anybody.
Well, yes, they have. I can tell you, they have hurt people, including Chris Nolan, and including FNT. So it just depends. But
yeah.
But I'm gonna miss 2 FNTs in a row, which is gonna be the gayest thing maybe I've ever done.
Yeah, that's tough.
For now. Speaking of gay, Neanderthal for another $50. I held off on this one, Vera, because I know you drink too much. I'm a Y-Files guy from
good. Just fucking get it done with. Rip the Band-Aid off. I don't even care.
I am a Y-Files guy for Bin Frontier, but yes, sake. That's right. Hey, I've actually met AJ from the Y-Files. He came to one of the Vegas meetups we did, and I hadn't been watching him at the time. I just knew Gary was watching him. But I have in the past, I don't know, 7 months, I have started watching AJ, and he's got a great channel. I do like Y-Files. It's fun. It's fun. But and I like how he approaches some of these topics because there's a lot of people in that space who will just not look critically at anything and just push whatever. Whereas he'll tell you like a really intriguing story about some shit that sounds fucking wild. But then he'll also tell you all the reasons in which it's probably not likely that that's happened. So I really like Y-Files.
Yeah, a lot of entertainment value, I'd say, also goes into it.
Hecklefish, all that stuff. So thank you, Neanderthal. I'll see you in Japan, and we're going to have a sake together. Bro, I might be done with this fucking bottle by the time I leave for Japan. Maybe. Cole Hauser.
How long have you had that bottle?
Huh?
You've had that bottle since MegaCon, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you're an alcoholic, so that's not that long.
But I've only drank it.
But you're also drinking other stuff at the same time. So for me,
Correct.
like, this is all I drink every fucking week until this bottle goes down. I mean, the first bottle got me, 30-something weeks? So I've only taken shots during Fuck My Life. This bottle's gone down much faster, but at the same time, like, this is all I'm drinking, except for the one FML drink that I had like 3 weeks ago when I think when I got this fucking bottle, or the week after I got this bottle. We don't know what else you're fucking drinking. You probably go to the liquor store every goddamn day, every other day. So,
you never will know. You never will know.
For me, I don't do
that. Should be member only stuff. Just show how much I drink on a weekly basis.
How much?
The answer is not enough. That is always going to be the answer.
It's tough.
First edition is all I supply in the background.
Full first printing, first edition. Don't get to okay. It is true. I saw your fucking copy. He had one, and of course I had to up him because he's a little fucking bitch. So of course I had to get the full fucking set. Of course.
She fucking copied me.
Yeah, I did, and I did it better.
She copied me. I bet I paid
next
less
time
for
do
this.
fucking better.
I bet I paid less for this.
Don't go half in. It's either all or nothing. You have one fucking book.
You realize you said heffin'? Like, don't go half in.
Half in.
Don't go half.
You have one book though, and it's true. You did get it for like $1 or $2 or something.
I feel way better about this because I found it at like a half price books for like really cheap. Like this is a
cool.
find, whereas you probably went to eBay and got those.
I
like
did, but I have the full
sucker.
set. Yeah, I have the full fucking set. And I got the Jon Snow art instead of the I
got the
Iron
Tully
Throne
funeral art.
because, well, no, obviously I have the Tully funeral art of that book because there's only the one, but I wanted the Jon Snow character art for this one because I could have gotten the it's like the silver fucking Iron Throne, but I got that art because it's better.
That's all right. I love the map.
It's not all right. You're salty, and I get that.
No, what? It's just so funny because I put like you copied
protectors
me.
on mine though, so now my Storm of Swords is technically better than your copy because mine also has a special protector.
You copied me. I get it. Wicked Virtue copies me and does streams with you. I am the trendsetter. I understand. It just comes with, it is what it is. Like I got to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. You do have to deal with it.
I fucking
You
announced
salty
it.
bitch.
I announced at FML we're gonna have a week break because I'm gonna be in Japan, and suddenly, the Baron Virtue show has a week off, right? She's fucking copying me, and I'm pissed.
Mm-hmm. It's tough, buddy.
It is what it is. Also get the Asimov Science Fiction July 1996 edition first, A Song of Ice and Fire chapter in print.
I've thought about getting the special, like the compilations of like just the Daenerys chapters in the first book. What were those called? I know they were like they went out to the publisher. There's a certain term for them, but yeah, it's just like all the specific Daenerys chapters in GOT, which I would like to have, but that's thousands of dollars. So maybe one day.
Fucking crazy. Over on the Rumble side, Pugs, what's up, Pugs? For $5, this message intentionally left blank. Thank you, Pugs. And then Pugs gives 5 memberships,
Woo!
5 subscriptions over on the Rumble channel. Thank you, Pugs, for. And I'll make sure we're caught up over on Streamlabs as well, and we are. So thank you. Suitcase taxes, Jesus. I need it. I still need to buy a suitcase. That fucking brown scam artist tried to fuck me over today, so I didn't get one. And I went out to get a couple things for Japan, and I shopped around and I didn't find anything I needed. Fuck me. Now I've only got a couple days left. So
yeah, that sucks. Like when you really need something at a drop of a dime, but you can't get it. But in your case, you could get it. You just don't want to give the Brown more money than they asked for.
yeah. What can Brown do for you? They can fucking rip you off, right? That's what Brown can do for you. What a terrible UPS slogan, by the way. Snacks for 5. I'm reminded of the Seinfeld episode where Jerry gets first class and Elaine is stuck in coach. Thank you, Snacks. Yeah, I'm Elaine. Jackson Cagle for 5. Shipwreck. Where's my shipwreck? I have him somewhere around here. I have a shipwreck G.I. Joe toy that Cole Hauser sent me, I think.
That's cool.
I don't know where the fuck it is. It's usually right around here. Sometimes I pick stuff up and put it in random places. My fucking remote, my TV remote, Vera.
That's gotta be, you gotta be losing that every fucking day.
How do you know that?
Because I know you. You're the type of guy that does his taxes 2 days before fucking taxes is due. So, yeah, I mean, of course I would know that you would lose shit 50 fucking times a day.
So my TV remote, I lost it the day before I left for California. I just couldn't find it. It was pissing me off, but I was like in such a hurry and doing it. I just didn't have time. And so like my TV went into screensaver mode, right? It's like Samsung bouncing around. And I'm like, fuck, it'll probably just turn off by itself. I get back 4 days later, the fucking screensaver's still bouncing around, and I still hadn't found my remote. Finally, today at like fucking 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I found my fucking remote. It was like in between the couch cushion, some bullshit.
See, I have a problem. I wouldn't have been able to leave without shutting the TV off. So I would have found it, or else I wouldn't be fucking going.
So I am really bad about that. I leave lights on.
What are you good at besides being an alcoholic?
Nothing really. I'm not good at anything.
That's true.
I just suck in general. But the what was I gonna say? Like my lights for here, I leave them on. One time I had one time I was gone for like a week and a half, and I had like a delivery that I needed to come in, and I had a friend, like open my thing and put it in there because it had to be refrigerated. It was food I think I ordered, so to put it in the fridge while I was gone.
Yeah.
And after that friend like walked into my house and saw all the fucking lights were on, they were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like,
That's so
all
much
the lights are on in your
money.
house. Are you a fucking degenerate? Like, are you an idiot? What's going on here?
See, yeah, I'm not like that. If I'm not in the room, the light is off. It's just that simple. I guess I would classify myself as normal in terms of that. Okay, Mr. fucking rich guy over here, able to pay for lights being on fucking consistently.
I'm bad about it. Netsuo says, "How retarded are you? The couch cushion, not the first place you look." So I did look in the couch cushions.
Well, you
But the
didn't look
problem-
good enough.
The problem was there was something that was sitting on the couch that I didn't think there was any way it could have gotten in between there because of the thing that was sitting on the couch. So I checked the other crevices and I didn't check that. And then I finally checked it today and there it was.
Oh,
There it was. Speed Force, very dark for FNT.
I've been on 3 times, so I'll keep coming on whenever I'm asked.
There you go. Well, you know, you're so busy Fridays.
I
No,
know.
big-
My
big-
one half day off every 2 weeks. Whew.
You got big
know?
things going on Fridays,
Yep,
you know? So I get
true.
that it's a tough day.
I
for
know.
you. I get that it's a tough day for
Hey,
you.
next Monday, I'll have half a day off. I'll probably stream Lego Batman, though, to be honest.
Lego Batman is
I'm
such
so
high demand.
hyped. Yeah, it comes out tomorrow for early access.
You know what's bullshit though? So I have a friend who ordered it, like the deluxe edition specifically to get the early access from 2 different places. Wanted the physical copy, right? And both places are like back ordered and won't get delivered.
Which is wild because I literally saw screenshots circulating yesterday that like they had accidentally sent them to tons of people a day, or at that point 2 days early. So there are already copies like in the wild. This is the unfortunate thing is like I honestly feel like part of it is intentional because sure it's getting product into the customer's hands, but these are people that have already paid for the product, and judging by how much companies want, you know, physical to be obsolete and for people to just buy digital, it almost feels like it's being done intentionally, like, oh, you're gonna get things a few days late. And I know that that's like a tinfoil hat conspiracy theory, but it's happened so much. You pre-order months and months in advance, and suddenly every retailer isn't sending them for an extra 2 days or an extra 3 days. Like, that's a little bit suspicious.
It sucks, right? And I do
does.
think like the stock is intentionally low to get people to buy digital because let's be honest, digital is more profitable for them.
Right,
It just
absolutely.
is.
They don't want
And-
people to be buying physical. They want that to be the way of the past, and they want people to get excited and just, you know, click a single button on a Steam or a PlayStation storefront and pre-order.
Yeah, and that sucks because I do think there's something cool about physical copy and there's something tangible about it, and you can still resell it. Like there is value after that. And whether the value is just you seeing it, looking at it, you know, on your thing, and like because that matters to some people, or whether it's being able to fucking sell it on eBay for $15, you know, a couple months from now, whatever it might be, there is something tangible to that.
Yeah.
And you know, for me, for somebody who, you know, I'm a big gamer, Vera, but like I don't mind buying digital for whatever, but for a lot of people, they want the physical. And for you to pay all that money for the deluxe edition bullshit just for them to fuck you like that. I think it sucks.
That for me is like the worst part of being like a streamer, and not that like, oh my God, my life is so hard because I'm a content creator, but for something like a Batman, if I want to stream the early access, I basically need to buy it digital, even though I would 100% of the time buy physical. But that's like the only downside is like, sure, I guess I could in theory just wait, but like I've been so excited for this. My audience has been so excited to watch me stream it. So like I have to buy it digital instead of physical. And that's, I would say, like the big downside for me personally is like I can't just wait the extra few days if I told everybody and promised everybody that I was going to stream it early access day one.
Yeah.
A very small gripe, obviously, in the grand scheme of things, very privileged. You know, it's not like, oh my God, I'm going through all these massive problems, feel bad for me. But like in terms of like what I do online.
I get it. I think it'd be frustrating for anybody.
Yeah,
for
it is for
like,
anybody who's just buying things to want to enjoy them and come home from work and be able to have their copy of their game. Like that is a really shitty thing that happens.
Look, if I buy a pizza and it tells me it's going to be delivered in 35 minutes and it's an hour later and it's not there, I'm fucking pissed, right?
Yeah.
And that's just pizza, not Lego Batman, which looks awesome.
Which I'm super hyped for. I can't fucking wait. I was really excited until I realized that I was going to have to collect the like 300 Riddler trophies that were in the game. And then I just wanted to blow my brains out. I'm not going to lie. Having to go back through what I did with Arkham Knight, 100%ing that game, and having to deal with all the Batmobiles and having to deal with the Riddler trophies truly makes me so depressed.
Yeah, it sucks. Nick Hammerschmidt for 5. Ryan, what Pokemon cards do you pick up? I spent a little time in LA. I had a little time, went to like Best Buy, and I got like 6 packs of Perfect Order. That's all I got. And out of that, I pulled a couple like IRs, but nothing really good. The Perfect Order fucking sucks, to be honest with you. But I'll still buy it because I'm not reselling it. I'm opening them. So, yeah, nothing special. I do have some Chaos Rising pre-orders that are coming in on Friday. Well, Friday, Saturday, whenever that is. But then I'm going to be in Japan, and I'm totally like Japan's like clamping down on scalpers apparently by like opening boxes and cutting packs, which I'm fine with. I'll do that all day for me. I don't care because I'm not one of these reseller queers, you know?
Right. There are a lot of people that are like that though. Which again, like we were talking about before, is unfortunate.
It's understandable. Like I found at the lids at City Walk. So this is, no one's going to care about this because it's football cards. But Topps Chrome NFL came out about a month ago, and it was very hot upon release, and it's very difficult to find anywhere at MSRP. But Lids, if you don't know, Lids has like a partnership with Topps, and you can find Topps cards at Lids. You can almost never find those cards, but in City Walk Hollywood, there's a lid shop. And I'm like, you know what? I bet people wouldn't come here just because of how inconvenient it is. So I walk in there. There's a fucking ton of hanger boxes. So I bought 4 hanger boxes, and I could, for $20 a piece for those hanger boxes, I could turn around and put them on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or whatever, and probably get $40 a pop for them and make money. But I'm going to open them because I'm a retard. So,
well, right, because you're buying them for the enjoyment of opening them, not, because I want to make a quick buck, which you could do, but you know, it's tough because I do understand that people want to open them and just want to enjoy them, and then there are also people that are like, I'm making my living this way, but at the same time, it ends up screwing over the people that want to just enjoy the hobby.
Correct. And at the end of the day, it's the people that are buying the scalped shit.
Open them on stream. Business expense.
Oh, trust me, I'm already doing that. But
yeah.
But like it is what it is. The reason that scalpers exist is because people are willing to pay it.
Yeah.
That's
definitely
the problem, right? People are willing to pay for that. In the same way that there could be a there could be like the Super Bowl, right? When you see Super Bowl tickets going for $15,000, and even me, a massive football fan, I'm like, what, bro? I wouldn't pay 15 grand to go to the Super Bowl. That's crazy. Or like a Taylor Swift concert, whatever it might be. The reason those are going for that is because there are people willing to buy it. That's just the reality. That is the market value. Like that is what's happening. So until people are not willing to pay that price, it's going to keep happening. So you can't blame people for wanting to make their money. It's just frustrating because as somebody that has other responsibilities other than camping out every night at a fucking Target or a Best Buy to get a couple boxes of Pokemon and flip them on Facebook Marketplace, that has to be a shitty life, right? These people are sleeping in their car and everything. But it just sucks for people that want to open stuff. So for me, like I'm going to open stuff. I'm going to keep the stuff I like, resell the stuff I don't like when I open it. But it is what it is, man.
Yeah, it's tough.
It is what it is. TJ, I call that good karma on credit, Ryan, as I too feel like you do get with the excess amount of suffering I seem to get. I have an excess amount of suffering. You're not wrong.
Life sucks and then you die. It's my
Life's
saying.
a bitch and then you die. I know I have a good friend who says that. Life's a bitch and then you die.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they don't like. Maybe they don't think I'm a friend. Whatever. Duke Devil for 5. Well, I guess there was a fast food issue. Now Ryan's trip to California story is complete. That's right. Master Austin, sup? Ryan and Vera Dark, what's up, Master Austin? Good to see you, man. Chris Nicholson for 5. A con in LA has announced that all tactical or military-looking cosplays are banned due to reminding people of ICE, plus the possibility of inflicting trauma. Well, that's very gay.
I haven't seen that.
That's very gay.
Can't say I'm surprised though. Los Angeles, yeah.
I was just there. Stephen Lee.
You were? I'm surprised you survived.
I'm fine. I'm very street smart. Jay almost died.
You see a black guy outside your Airbnb, you just leave.
No. That would have been fine. We were on Hermosa Beach, walking the boardwalk and the pier area, and walk down to Manhattan Beach, stuff like that. And we're out there, and there was a clearly like schizophrenic, mentally ill homeless person sitting on a bench, talking to themselves, having a really crazy conversation with themselves about fucking demons and politicians and everything, which all politicians are demons. I think we all know that, but still.
True.
We're walking by, and I clearly walk by this guy, and I'm like, yeah, that guy's crazy. Keep moving along. You see a lot of homeless, crazy people in California. You don't talk to them. You just move on, and it is what it is. Jay walks by, and maybe he was not paying attention or whatever, and he's like, he looks at the guy, he's like, are you talking to me? The dude freaks out, stands up, gets like demonstrably, visibly upset. I'm not fucking talking to you, blah, blah, blah. Like starts getting like after him. I'm like, Jay, bro, don't talk to that guy. Like, just move on.
Jay,
just,
the good guy.
just walk. Like, what are you thinking? And he's like, I'm a big guy. No one's going to hurt me. I'm like, this is an insane person. He might have a knife. He might jump on you and eat your face. He might be on PCP. Like, just fucking
He's
walk.
just a nice guy. He doesn't understand. It just is what it is.
God, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Me and Gary saw a homeless guy jerking it in San Diego.
Fascinating story.
He's having the time of his life. There are sometimes I wish I was homeless because it's just no shame, no worries. Like, bro, you can just fucking jerk it in broad daylight on the street, and everyone's like, that's a homeless person. That's what they do. Like, if I did that, people would judge me, but I just walk by the homeless person.
Guess that's true. I have no commentary to give on that.
I'm just being real. Like, there's something enviable about just no shame whatsoever in life. What is this? Stephen Lee, sorry, last stream had a bit to drink. Go Sabres. I don't know. Did you say something weird last stream, Stephen? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Johnny's. Jay mentioned it to himself in a room by himself. Oh, you talking about the meetup? Better chance Jay trip poo than mention the meetup, says Defending Truth. And then says gay sneeze tax. I don't think it's gay. Bro, if a sneeze sounds like a cough, it's like the opposite of gay. Coughs are more masculine than sneezes.
Are they?
Yes. If I sneeze like this, Vera, and that's a sneeze, what do you think is more masculine? That or
You do not sneeze like that, so that's just
but
like
if I did, you would know it was a sneeze and it'd be gay.
if true, but we're talking in the context of you and they sound exactly the same. So if one sounds gay, then I guess technically the other would also sound gay.
Maybe. Megashine, Ryan, you get your packages. So I got both of the DVDs that you sent. So I did pick it up. I have not been in my PO box since I got back, so there might be something in that I'm gonna try to pick up tomorrow. But I got the other DVD you sent, Megashine. I don't know other than that though, unless if there's something else, I'm not sure. But I'll be going by my PO box before I leave town. Taker. Jay's story about Jeremy being blown away by planes having Wi-Fi reminded me of what the fuck is the internet line from Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah, I mean, Vera probably won't even really understand this because I don't think she's ever been on a plane before. Is that true?
I've not.
Yeah. So I'm talking to a fucking weirdo, but yeah, Jeremy being blown away by the fact that planes had Wi-Fi is kind of insane. Like I think he
know
thought
that
it was going to be
planes
like
have Wi-Fi. I mean, you're not just forced to like sit there and, I don't know, God forbid, read a book for 4 hours. I know that sounds like a crazy concept to most people now, but
yeah, you don't have to just sit there and raw dog it for 5 hours. Yeah, I mean, all planes have Wi-Fi. Some are free, some are pay. You know, it just kind of depends. But yeah, he was like shocked that planes had Wi-Fi. He saw Jay on his phone, and he's like, "You get service up here?" Like, no, I'm on the Wi-Fi. So I don't know. Do trains have Wi-Fi? Why would trains need to have Wi-Fi? You're on the ground. You have a normal internet connection.
it's true.
Trains
But
don't need to
trains
have
do also
Wi-Fi.
offer Wi-Fi. I've been on trains many times.
I bet you have. Gregory Lieber, Hunchback sucks. Ryan W. That's fucking right.
Hunchback doesn't suck. It's a good movie, and it's a very different tone from all of the other movies that Disney has done. Sure, they have had more, we'll just say for argument's sake, adult-themed movies in the past, but Hunchback is certainly their darkest and their grittiest.
Bro, Esmeralda was never going to give Quasimodo the time of day.
That's true, but that's not the moral of the story.
Yeah, the moral of the story is if you're retarded, your life is going to suck. It doesn't matter what you do.
That is
which
true, but
I
you can
guess
always
I
be
do
a better
appreciate
person.
that. Maybe I should change my fucking views on that because
See,
yes,
you're
if
just,
you're a
you're
retard,
just up.
if
You're
you're a
what
retard
Quasimodo would have been.
mongoloid, your life is going to suck.
You're
okay?
what Quasimodo would have been if he didn't have a larger fucking lesson, because it's I'm ugly and a piece of shit and everybody hates me, and so I'm gonna treat everybody else like shit. Quasimodo actually grew and went through the hero's journey and became a better person, even though he looked like shit and acted like shit initially. You are what Quasimodo would be if he didn't have or learn the bigger lesson.
I am the real
become a better
Quasimodo,
person.
what he should be, which is, guess
Okay.
what, buddy? Your life's going to fucking suck. So why should you be nice to people if they're just going to treat you like shit? Esmeralda's just using you, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but Esmeralda didn't just like kick him to the curb. They were
Esmeralda's
friends.
just going to fucking bend over and get fucked for gypsy money while you're sitting there thinking that you're going to fucking do something.
true.
That's really what was going on. Might not have been played out in the Disney story. Quasimodo is a fucking loser bitch. Hunchback of Notre Dame sucks.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to disagree.
Yeah.
Takes a sucker to know a sucker, I guess.
And Quasimodo's a sucker. Taker for 2. Ryan, I'm familiar with Xenophobia Saga. I am familiar with that one. Slain Hope. I'm half a weetard, and I found out where the meetup was. If you missed out, you didn't want it more than a guy who didn't even want a picture with anyone. There you go. Thank you, Slain Hope. Thank you, Slain Hope. Gregory Lieber, average. Now I prefer to say I have a mean PP. Math joke. Get it, Vera?
I do, but I was still taken aback by the last one. So
We
the
talked.
laughing, the laughing is still, I'm still laughing because of that. So if that was spaced out a little bit more, maybe that was told in like 2 super chats, it would have gotten a real good chuckle out of me.
I can't do that. But speaking of retarded, you know what would be retarded?
What?
To cast a black Helen of Troy, and potentially Elliot Page in any fucking form, because this is actually a woman who's not identifying as Elliot. But the Odyssey, got to talk about the Odyssey a little bit, because how can we not talk about? I misspelled Odyssey in the title, and I just noticed it.
I didn't notice either. So
fuck me, bro. Whatever.
Why don't you use spell check?
It doesn't work.
Spell check.
It doesn't work for capitalized things.
I don't know. It works for me.
I mean, sometimes it doesn't work for capitalized things because they see you like, they see it as like a name or something. You know what I mean? As opposed to like an actual word. But
yeah, I guess I understand that.
But anyway, that's an aside. So apparently, the Odysseys is the most disliked movie trailer in the history of Nolan's career, which you'd have to go back and check every other trailer. But right now, look, it's not like it's getting ratioed or anything, but it is, that's a significant amount of dislikes for a trailer like this, which I don't feel like the trailer itself is offensive in any way or bad, but it's all the news surrounding it that is bad. And it is absolutely the most divisive trailer that we've seen for Chris Nolan yet. And it's so annoying because it's so avoidable. All you had to do was cast a beautiful Greek-looking woman or a beautiful white woman as Helen of Troy, and there would not be basically any backlash right now. But because you race swapped her, because you cast Lupita Nyong'o, who, if you think she's beautiful, you're free to think that. If you think she's ugly, I don't think she's ugly. But the point is not whether she's beautiful or not. The point is whether she matches the description of Helen of Troy and whether it would make sense for the Greeks of the time to idealize this person as like the epitome of love and beauty in the Greek world. But that's what Helen of Troy is supposed to represent at this point in time. And the answer is obviously no. That is not the case. And I continue to see bullshit included in my videos of like, it's the same stuff for like the Snape thing. Where does it explicitly say that Snape was white? And it's like, well, it actually says it all these places. I'm seeing the same shit for Helen of Troy. She's described as white-armed in the Odyssey. Like, she is described as exactly as you would expect the most beautiful woman in the Greek world to be described, as fucking Greek, right? It's so stupid. It's so dumb. But here we are.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, we saw the same thing happen when like the Magic the Gathering set race swapped Aragorn. That really infuriated me because he's very clearly described in a certain way with pale skin and a pale face. And we knew that this movie was obviously going to have some pretty major problems when we found out that Nolan was definitely very heavily influenced by Emily Wilson's more like modern feminist take on the story. And sure, it doesn't completely reword what the Odyssey is, but it uses different terminology that is definitely a little bit kinder to the women. It tries to paint certain female characters like in a different light. It shames war and violence a little bit more. Traditional masculinity and the male power structure is obviously a little bit more toned down. And so we knew that when that was announced and sort of talked about that was going to be a major problem. But yeah, I mean, obviously that doesn't mean that they had to cast like the worst choices possible. And Lupita Nyong'o is somebody who I would say people have a slightly more positive outlook on. She's not the worst actress in the world. And sure, she's not, in my opinion, definitely like a Bella Ramsey that looks like a sickly Victorian child or child who looks like she's dying of the fucking Black Plague. But at the same time, she doesn't fit the description of Helen of Troy. And so obviously it's going to be a controversial choice, and to then go into articles and bitch and moan and groan about how, oh my god, the ists and the phobes are criticizing this just highlights how pathetic these people really are, because anybody with 2 eyes and half a brain could tell you this is probably not the best casting that you could get. And same goes for, Elliot Page, Ellen Page, whatever the fuck they want to go by now. It's just not a good casting, regardless of like who they're playing, especially if it is Achilles, like it's been rumored. Now we don't know for sure that that's the case.
I don't think it is.
I don't know. I'm kind
yeah.
of torn, because sure, on one hand, I've seen people saying, "Oh my gosh, of course!" Like it would make sense if they were just telling the Odyssey based on the description of Achilles at that point being a ghost. But at the same time, we know that this is going to have flashbacks to the Trojan War, so that means you would also need to see Achilles like at his peak and at the height of his masculinity, and that would be like an absolute disaster, an absolute catastrophe.
So, like, I think I said this on some stream. Even if Ellen Page didn't now cut off her tits and put a big fucking like honking sack of meat from the skin on her arms and pretend it's a dick or whatever the fuck she's done, even if Ellen Page was not a mentally ill woman who's pretending they're a man, let's just say, and we don't know that Ellen Page is actually Achilles, but let's say that Chris Nolan cast a biological man, a real man who is not mentally ill, but just so happened to be 5'1" and 95 pounds to play Achilles. And they're a real man, not a transgender, not any of this stuff. It'd be a terrible casting.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
It would be retarded to cast someone like that as the warrior Achilles.
Yeah.
This hero of Greek masculinity and warrior stature, right? Someone who was idolized by so many people. It wouldn't make any sense. You factor in then the idea that it might be a transgender, like a woman now identifying as a man. It's fucking nuts. We don't have confirmation of that, so all we're talking about is the rumors at this point. But the problem is, once you make Helen of Troy black, everything's up for grabs.
Yes, it is. And
so it's legitimate to talk about.
Right. I think that's why people are sort of latching on to this rumor, because you see what is happening with Lupita, and then you see this casting, and then you also see like Zendaya and her casting, and then you see her as Athena, and you go, okay, yeah, they could literally legitimately do this, and it doesn't sound that far out, because if the rest of the casting was really good, then this Ellen Page rumor wouldn't be taken so seriously. But yeah, I mean, it is completely on the table at this point.
Yeah, and honestly, that there is a ton of backlash towards this within scope, right? Obviously, the trailer's not ratioed. And I still don't think this movie will flop. I still believe that it is Chris Nolan. It is the Odyssey. I think this isn't something that's going to come out and make $300 million. But, if they invest $250 million in this budget, a normal marketing budget, I mean, in the break even somewhere in the $750 million range, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing makes $750 million and maybe barely breaks even and is considered kind of a disappointment. And it's completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary to race swap this shit.
It's true. I agree.
How do you say Lupita's last name?
Nyong'o.
That's how I say it, but I don't know if I'm saying it right.
How else would it be? Like Nyong'o? I don't.
It's fucking
that
African.
Sounds too unnatural to me. Nyong'o is how I say it, but yeah.
It's fucking African. It could be a bunch of fucking clicks. I don't know. Like.
I guess in theory it could be. Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a nightmare. It's coming out soon. We'll see. Snacks, is this the gayest Star Wars ever? Well, look.
Every project is.
Look, it's got Pedro in it, and Dave Filoni is now president of Lucasfilm, so it's pretty gay in my book.
Yeah.
Zero justice for PP Poopa Man. Did you see the PP Poopa Man story?
No.
I can't believe. All right, hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute.
I don't think so.
I will pull it up because I was shocked. You know, I've always been slightly worried, Vera. I'm not gonna lie. I've always been slightly worried whenever there's like a big time mass shooting or something like that, or some some bullshit. I'm worried it's gonna be like, ooh, noted subscriber of RK Outpost. You never know. Something like that could happen. But what I didn't expect to see was this. Notorious vagrant known as PP Poo Man arrested on horrifying new charges.
Whew. Yeah, I
this
didn't
guy.
see that. No. Interesting though. Great to find out.
Just one of my black viewers, apparently.
Apparently.
The PP Poopa Man was throwing feces at people in Canada, which I don't really care. Free PP Poopa Man. If he's throwing feces
Canada
at Canadians,
sucks,
who cares?
so that's fine.
But yeah, it was so funny to see this PP Poopa Man. You can't make it up.
Yeah, you can't. No wonder I didn't see it though. Like I feel like this is very, very niche. Also, if I saw a pee pee poo poo, I would probably scroll by it.
I got tagged like a million times in it.
I didn't get tagged. What the heck, guys? Come on.
Enricon, stores are starting to get rid of the Pokemon machines because the fighting. I watched a guy one time trying to scan the machine. Yeah, they like can glitch out the machine so they can keep getting stuff. And it sucks. It sucks. I hate the scalpers, and I wish we could punish them with lethal injection. It'd be better for all of us. I've never seen any of those Pokemon machines.
Protect
That's
the
not
normal
true,
people.
actually. So when I was I had heard and I'd seen like social media posts that there's a card machine, a Pokemon machine, a vending machine at the Orlando airport. And now I don't know if it's MSRP or not, or if it's way high prices. I wasn't sure, but I'd heard this. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to be at the airport. What a perfect opportunity. And I wasn't in the right terminal when I left, but coming back, I knew I was. And after all this shit I went through, fucking terrible trip I was on, I come back, and as I'm walking at midnight when I got back in around midnight last night when my flight landed. I didn't get home until actually 2 because baggage and driving and everything. But as I'm walking out of my terminal, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to look for that. I go down the aisle. I see it. I'm like, fuck. This Pokemon machine that I've been hunting for, it's here. After this fucking crazy trip where everything went wrong, I found the Pokemon vending machine. And I go up there. It is just loaded with Pokemon cards, packs, ETBs, everything. I'm like, holy fuck.
I
And on the
hit
side-
the holy grail.
Yeah, and on the side it says temporarily out of service.
That's tough. Your dreams were then shattered.
That's the story of my life right there. So.
Yeah.
Tomas Mendoza. Today's my birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Tomas. Happy birthday. You're fucking old. Tora. So much fun listening to Drunk Vera.
I don't know how many shots we took, but like, I'm not that like drunk, or I don't really feel that different, to be honest. But yeah, I don't think I've gone on any unhinged rants tonight, so.
That's that
Okay.
drunk confidence right there. I'm very familiar with it. Bandwagoner, my God, is this Ryan gone every episode? On every episode of what? On every episode of my own
This
fucking show? On
Yeah,
every episode of
unfortunately.
every stream on my show, I'm fucking here. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if Vera, if Drera's Vunk. I don't know how drunk Vera is, but maybe a little. Thank you for the $25, Tora. Appreciate that they were in dollars, not shekels. Jesus with a gifted membership. Thank you, Jesus. the John Beck, try Costco for luggage. Good idea. I have a Costco membership. Good idea. Imba Franker Z for 2. Is this the G&G Glory Dogs review stream? What is that? Those Glory Dogs.
I don't know.
Wongo, a bit off topic, but I can't believe Pee Pee Poo Poo Man was a man of crime. Jason Nelson, do any Beardo stories, or was he mainly with his family? Beardo ended up staying with me. I guess that is a story. So because the Airbnb bullshit, we had to get hotel rooms. It's actually really funny. We were counting the number of hotel rooms we needed. And at that point, Beardo had been in California because he's from there. So he was visiting his family. And we're like fucking sitting there. And we're like desperately trying to get these hotels, trying to figure something out. And as we were figuring it out, somebody comes up to me and they're like, bro, we totally forgot about Beardo. Now, the room that they got for me, the only thing available was actually like a 2-bedroom hotel room, like a 2-bedroom suite kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I slept in there one day, and then Beardo was able to stay in the other bedroom. So that's about the only story I have about him. Was I stayed in the same fucking hotel room, but luckily different bedrooms. Thank God. If it had been like a side-by-side double fucking room, you know, fuck me. But yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is it AI? I never know. Albro Media for 5. The new Lanterns trailer didn't look like complete garbage. The Boys series finale looking to be straight dog water. Any good show recommendations? In terms of stuff airing right now, not particularly. I agree. The Lanterns trailer looked fine. It looks like they took a lot of the criticism under advisement and showed some of the powers and stuff for this trailer. It didn't look like just a straight up normal cop show. I didn't love it.
It's a better trailer, but that doesn't mean that the show's going to be good.
100%.
So, well, I guess we'll see.
Any good? I mean, look, the best show I watched recently was Night of the Seven Kingdoms. No doubt about that.
Yeah, that was great.
Is there anything coming out right now? I haven't watched anything right now that I'm like,
if you like
this is
anime,
good.
watch Free Run. It's good. Ryan wouldn't know anything about anime, but
I don't want to know. Imba Franker Z. You know, Quasimodo predicted all of this. I thought that was Nostradamus. How much is Ryan's hatred of Hunchback of Notre Dame fueled by his hatred of the university of the same name? Maybe some of it, not going to lie.
Good point.
I might have been one of the only people that when I saw, you know, that shit burning down, I'm like, yeah, fuck Notre Dame. I don't want that the cathedral to burn down, but I do hate the university. Taker, is Ryan just Frank Grimes in real life? Maybe. Jose Contreras for $1. Jay's meetup was mentioned in his morning show, Welcome to the Rebellion podcast, and on his Patreon page. Also, Vera, did you pre-order Leon Amiibo?
I did not know. I was thinking
that sounds
about
like
it.
a Wicked Virtue thing to do.
Yeah, I was thinking about it just because I like the figure itself, but I don't own any Amiibo, so we'll see.
That sounds like a Wicked Virtue thing to do. Mako Gray, Canada 132. My town sucks in Canada. Canadians beat the Sabres, huh? That's not great. Boo Canada. Boo Canada. Kesiosius for 10 Australian. Lucasfilm should make faithful adaptations of the best EU stories under the Legends banner, including games like Story of Kyle Katarn. Thoughts? Surely a good starting point to win back fans. I've been pretty clear about this over the years. I don't think you should want that to happen.
Yeah.
Because there's no one at Lucasfilm who's capable of telling stories that are good enough to honor those stories. They're just not. Guess what? Look at what they did to a character like Thrawn. Just take Thrawn. Dave Filoni is now president of Lucasfilm, right? He can do anything he wants, and he has been doing basically anything he wants. Look at what he did to a character like Thrawn in Star Wars Rebels, and then ultimately in the Ahsoka series. Do you want that same level of treatment for all of these other stories? I don't, because I care about those stories, and I don't want to see them bastardized by a fucking hack, queer, fat bitch, lispy piece of shit like Dave Filoni and all these people at Lucasfilm.
Yep.
Albro Media What was the Tom Hardy show you and Gary watched recently? Also, you gotta try the new chicken tenders and dipping sauce at Costco. Oh, I haven't had those. I have had the $1.50 hot dog at Costco. Mobland. You're talking about Mobland. Mobland is awesome. Mobland is awesome. So that's what we saw.
But if you think it's good, then maybe I'll give it a go.
You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't.
Mobland's really good. Ryan would probably like Berserk. I have a couple of the books. See, there's Gary, Mobland. I have a couple of the books. The problem was, and I said this when somebody sent it to me, I'm sure they like spent a lot of money sending it to me. There was like, it was like a misprint or something, Vera, because I got Berserk, but it's like they like printed it wrong because it was all backwards. It was really weird.
That's cool.
Like I open it up and it's like, oh, it's like it opens from the back. It's very strange, you know. It made sense. Misprint. But thank you, Snacks. And I think, with that being said, we've gone a little bit extra, Vera. I did overtime, probably because I'm not going to be here next week.
That's true.
But we're all caught up. What a crazy stream.
Yeah, I mean, listen, at least the first round of traveling went well for you. Maybe the second one will go good as well.
Wait, what the fuck? It went well. I spent the entire stream talking about how terribly it went.
Well, it was well for us because we got to laugh at you. So it was well for it. Honestly, it was pretty great for us. But yeah.
Jubei Yagami, like a Prime Legend, says Japanese reads left to right. I was making a joke about it.
Yeah, because the way you read manga, obviously.
Yeah, I'm making a joke.
I'm playing into it, guys. That's shocking. That's crazy.
Nestio, I read your super chats, bro. Did I miss one? I specifically remember one from NetStealer. But while I look for that, Vera, what do you have going on right
not
now?
much. I'm going to be playing.
What do you mean not much? You just sent out a tweet today about busy week for gaming and listed all the shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, in terms of what I usually do, tomorrow evening, I'll be starting Batman, the new Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight game, which I'm super hyped for. I'm going to be streaming that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern all days. Over the weekend, I'll probably play it as well, but I know the Yoshi game comes out this week as well, so maybe we'll like throw a stream of that in on like Saturday or Sunday. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing this week, and then next week I'll also be, balancing those two games, and I will also be balancing 007 because that launches, so yeah. Fun times.
So, NetStealer for $2. Waiterland says, see chat. Who wouldn't want to see that firsthand? I felt like I read that. Maybe I missed it. You also said Metallica, My Friend of Misery comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any? Those are the only ones I see, NetStealer. So
yeah, I think you read both of those.
I think I did too. Maybe I missed one, but those are the only ones I see. So
I know for sure you read the Metallica one, but I'm pretty sure you read the other as well.
Me too. But maybe I missed it. If I did, I apologize. I never want to miss any. Corvo the Crow, Filoni can burn in hell. Condal and Hess too. We'll see how House of the Dragon Season 3 is when I come back from Japan. But yes, please go subscribe to Vera. Her link is in the description. Her YouTube link right there. So go check it out. Not next Monday, but the Monday after. We will be back for Fuck My Life. I'm going to miss a week.
I know.
So I'm going to miss a week.
Abandoning the audience. How could you?
I'm sorry.
That's life. But hopefully we'll get some
Life's
really interesting traveling stories.
Life's a bitch and then you die. But
it's true.
I'm hoping that I think Japan's going to be awesome. I think I'm really going to enjoy it. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm very, very hopeful for Japan. I'm a hopeful guy. That's who I am. But all right. Go check out Vera. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate all the support and all the drinks. I always appreciate the drinks because, you know, I'm not an alcoholic, but I do like the alcohol. So, should we raid? I think Jeremy's streaming right now, so maybe we'll raid his dumbass. Let me see. He is streaming. So for those of you who want to watch Jeremy, we'll raid. For those of you that don't, we're still gonna raid, but you can click off if you want. Up to you. Let's go customization, redirect, and I gotta search for it.
The sorrows and troubles of life.
Exactly. There we go. I don't know what he's talking about, but it is what it is. There you go, guys. Thanks for being here. We'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.